Life can be overwhelming. That's the way life works. It is testing you. It is going to throw problems at you, and it is going to throw them at you all at the same time. This is the way life works. Murphy's Law. It is easy to feel beaten when you're faced with all those problems at once. But let me tell you, that does not mean give up fighting. In fact, it means the opposite. It is time for you to fight harder, to dig in, to go on the warpath, to assess what the problems are and decide which one you are going to attack first. Then, get started. Attack. And listen, it won't be easy. In fact, it will be hard. Life is hard. That's what life is.
So I had a whole bunch of adversity growing up. You know, my soon-to-be stepdad got murdered. Just a bunch of things, you know, came upon me, and I had a woe-is-me mentality. And I realized that no one was coming to save me, so I decided to save myself. And it started really with me just trying to get out of my hole, get out of the mindset I had. And my bright idea at 297 pounds was to try to be a Navy SEAL. You know what? I don't have enough time to even explain how hard I was training. I basically got a mindset to where whenever I was sitting down, you know, we have like two parts of our brain. We have the real soft part and then the real hard part. And we all love the soft part, but the hard part was just telling me, you have to do more. So even when I watched TV, I went to the store and bought a very cheap stationary bike, and I had to literally earn my TV time. So there wasn't a second during the day that I wasn't working out, trying to burn calories. So the only time I wasn't working out was when I was sleeping. But the trick is, you have to stop getting out of your own way and out of your own head and listening to these voices in your head that say you're not good enough. And the funny thing about it, when I was 297 pounds, I never thought it was humanly possible for David Goggins to become, you know, the person in the day. The only thing that changed was my mind. And there's this thing I always tell people, there's this placebo effect. And, you know, if you take an aspirin, you know, it makes you feel better. A lot of times that aspirin doesn't make you feel better. It's just what you think it's going to do for you. And all I learned to do was really change how I thought, and that's all I changed. And the scary thing about human beings is a lot of us have the ability to be truly amazing people, but we have to change only one thing, and that's how we think.
Today is your opportunity to be a leader. You must look at yourself as a leader. As a leader, you no longer have the fucking option to take the easy path in life. As a leader, there is no snooze button. It can be very lonely. Through your actions, you can change the mindset of those around you. You must do when you don't want to do. You have to find your best self when you are the least motivated. Your brain is like a muscle. You have to push it to a point of discomfort. All those days and nights you don't want to train, those are the days you must train. You must change the way you look at discomfort.
And these challenges that you face, they are going to do their best to take you down. Do not let them. Stand up. Dig in. Line up those problems and confront them, face them, fight them. Do not let them bring you down. Instead, let these challenges raise you up. Let them elevate you. Let their demands and their trials make you stronger. Let the adversity you face today turn you into a better person tomorrow. So in the future, you look back at these struggles and you say to them, thank you. You made me better.
This morning I woke up with a slack-jawed, poopy pants mentality. I've been traveling an awful lot, kind of wore down a little bit. I believe in taking days off. I think days off are real important for recovery and all that stuff. But I don't believe in taking days off because your mentality is just feeling sorry for yourself. I deserve this, or I've earned that mentality. And that's what I was saying to myself. Today's self-talk was horrible. So, we all have one voice, and that one voice is very powerful. That says, "Hey, you've earned this. You deserve this. Take time off." All that stuff. Start developing the other voice that fights that voice. When it's not a designated day off, I don't care if it's running, swimming, biking, studying. If it's not a day off, don't take a day off, and start developing that voice that fights the weaker voice. So remember that. We all have one voice, work on the other voice also.
Tell us about your accountability mirror.
So the accountability started for me when I was about 17 years old. My mom had a hard way to go, so I didn't have a lot of people around me to kind of give me that kind of kick in the butt to say, look, you need to go this way or that way. So when I realized I was kind of alone at this point in my life, I came up with this thing called the accountability mirror. And being one of the, a few black kids in my school, I started to develop a character to where people didn't look at my color, but I almost became a clown. I had different hairstyles and wore my pants real low. And I came home and realized, I have a lot of changing, a lot of growing up. And my accountability mirror became sticky notes all around my mirror in the bathroom, where I was extremely raw and real with all the things I was afraid of and all the things I was running away from. And it's just a real conversation with yourself.
Because there's going to be moments where it's going to take you to be married to the game. And if you're not married to the game, you're going to break up. You're going to split up. Because being married to the game means we don't quit. Because there's going to be parts of the process on your journey that are not easy. If you're not if you're not thinking about quitting a couple times, you're probably not going hard enough. It's like you're probably not passionate enough. Dreams aren't big enough. You ain't going hard enough. It hasn't become enough obstacles yet for you to get outside of your comfort zone, because there's going to be moments where you think about giving up. You just don't do it, but you think about it. And that's the difference between being married and just dating the game. And so part of the problem with going to the next level for people is they keep on, like, you ever hear the quote that said, if you're tired of starting over all the time, stop quitting on everything? Like, they're just dating all these jobs. They're dating all these things instead of, it's going to be a commitment. It's going to take a commitment if you want to go to the next level.
Tell you something right now. In most cases, none of us are worthy of certain things because we haven't earned it yet. That means that some things that it is that you are seeking and certain things that you really ultimately need rather than just want, it has to be some form of worthiness connected to it. Do you really want to get further in life? Do you really want to get to the next level in your life? Then what are you prepared to do? How far are you willing to go? What type of sacrifices are you willing to make? Or are you in a position to give excuses all of your power? Are you willing to let excuses control the life that you've been given? Regardless of the circumstances, being hard on yourself to some degree may be okay. But when you start to have a pity party, when you start to put yourself in a position as if your life is over, then shame on you. Because your life is not over.